Okay, today we are over in Glendale doing an inspection on a pool for a Realtor friend, a little courtesy visit. And so I have my checklist here of all the things that we're going to look at. First impression is this is definitely an older pool that has been remodeled. These old bullnose tiles on the front here called cap tiles. They are expensive to replace, definitely date the pool. This means probably 70s would be my guess on this. You can see that the pop-ups are what we call the old toe stubber style. You can see where they are raised up from them. So I'm just doing first impressions here as we walk around. The weir gate over there on the skimmer is missing. I'll show you what that does here in a minute. One of the toe stubber covers is missing, and you can kind of see what they look like on the inside. Lots of cracks in the deck, got some staining. Oh, and then over here we have a big hole in the pebble-tec. Looks like either a rebar line was too close to the surface and it rusted, or a black algae spot. It looks more like black algae ate a hole in the pool there. We also have a black spot over here. And it looks like we have 2 or 3 more. So yes, this pool looks like it had an episode of black algae. And a lot of times, once it gets out of control, if it's not drained and cleaned, the only solution is to chisel it out. Diving board dates it. Can't even really buy a diving board anymore. And this one is rusted out. So time to remove that. You can see the damage to the deck here. So we've got some major repair issues, I will call them, going on this pool. Over here we have the cleaning system for the pop-ups. It looks like a Gould valve, Super 2 pump from Hayward, and a Hayward high-rate sand filter. Now the first thing that catches my attention is the on-off switch. We've got some rust here, but notice that there's a huge gap here. And we've got grass right here, so that means the sprinklers are most likely spraying onto this pool equipment every day. Not even sure what that is for, and that's a GFI outlet. Sorry to turn you upside down like that. That's certainly not proper. Turn this pump on. We're not getting that. Let's go to the timer on the side of the house. Here we go. And on we go. Alright, so this is what we do when we inspect. We're looking at all the equipment. So we're going to start with the skimmer. There is supposed to be a weir gate. There's the ticket from the current pool guy. Water level is too low. See how it's cascading in? But there's supposed to be a little flapper in here that would cascade the water. Got a newer basket. There is supposed to be a diverter or float valve in the bottom of this, and that allows you to choose whether the water is coming off the top or from the drain at the bottom. So right now, none of the water is being pulled out of the drain. And yep, I saw it earlier. This is the diverter valve that should be at the bottom of that skimmer. Don't know why it's not there. So because the water level isn't high enough, we are pulling air into the system. You can see it's going up through the sand filter and coming out through the cleaner. And you can see the bubble inside there. Now what I'm noticing is of these pop-up heads, only the ones at the upper side are creating the air bubbles. See the air bubbles when I did the shadow there? I'm not sure if it's going to come out of the video. That tells me that the inside of that cleaner has no mechanicals. It's dumping the water, and it's supposed to rotate between these valves. And since we're only getting air bubbles at the upper end, that tells me that all the water is going to the upper end of the pool all the time. So we've got some issues there. So issues with the skimmer, issues with the cleaning system. Alright, we got problems with that. Filtration running about 20 psi. So from what I can see, let's turn this is a little trick here. If we turn it off, you hear that little whoosh back. that is not a good sign. That's a sign that the sand may be slightly plugged up. Let's listen for it again, maybe you'll hear it. Alright, so that's the pressure being pushed back through the sand. Some of that could be caused by this cleaning system, but my guess would be that this cleaning system is quite old. Now the pump itself is bonded to the ground here. That's the correct thing to do, but once again this electrical stuff is standing out at me right now. The pump itself is obviously quite old. I turned the light on for the pool. It does not come on, so we have no pool light. Let's go ahead and crank this. I'm going to put you down here. Lots of sand on the inside of it. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this pump basket. That is melted. It's gotten so hot that the plastic is actually melted down. So that's a sign that this is, system has seen some, I'll call it trauma. There's nothing clogging the impeller, but this O-ring is just logged up with sand and is old and flat. And this pump basket should be filling this whole chamber. This thing needs to be replaced. Pump lid may be okay, but it is old, and this is UV damage from sun. It should be a clear acrylic. So turn this back on. All right, let's see here. We're good there, and I don't see any leaks from the plumbing, but you can see how exposed the motor is right there in the opening. See it spinning around in there. Well, the sprinklers are going to spray into this every day. This is not a good setup for the pool. I don't hear the water pulsating as the cleaner changes its thing. So I'm going to say that's going to need to be replaced as well. So we got some electrical issues. And real quick look at the timer. We know we were over here, just want to make sure. And we got your standard Intermatic timer running. It's not grounded. This is the grounding wire. So where the ground is on this there should be another green wire coming into here from here. And that is not taking place. So we've got some electrical issues as well. And until we take these caps off, I can't tell if everything out here is grounded properly as well. So some major issues with this pool. So curiosity will bleed some air out. So we've got no air in the tank per se. So that is a sign that, you know, the water's moving through, but it should be coming up out of all of these pop-ups in turn as it cycles between those pop-ups. So that tells me that's not working. And the pump is actually, the switch here, besides being, well, you can see inside here, not even properly sealed. And it's wired upside down. Off should be the other way. So got some issues with this system. And we will notify the buyer so that they are aware of the issues, and we'll get them up a nice report.